Hello everyone. So today we are going to solve the problem of the day, which is find maximum equals sum of three stacks. So in this problem, we have been given three stacks with sizes n1, n2, n3, and what we have to do is to return the maximum sum of stacks by removing the topmost element of the stacks. All right. So in this problem, stacks are represented as an array, and the first index of the array represents the top of the stack. So that was the problem. So I hope you understood the problem. It is a quite simple statement. So in this problem, what we have to do is to calculate the maximum sum and return it through this max equals sum function. So what is the first step? Since we have to calculate the sum, we have to return the sum. So we can calculate first. So first step would be the calculating the sum, and the second would be to finding out the maximum. So what we can do is take three variables I, j, and k as an traversing variable which will traverse in the stack among the stack elements. And in any case, our all the three stacks become equal. The sum of all the three stacks become equal. We return any of the sum. All right, that's the approach. So otherwise, if the three of them are not equal, then what we can do is first calculate the minimum sum. What is the minimum sum among the three? And then we can the stacks which have the greater sum than the min sum, we can make it equal by decrementing the first element. Why the first element? Because in this stack we can only pop the topmost element, that is the first element. All right, so that's the approach. So let me code this simple approach for you. So what we are going to do, since we have to calculate the sum of three stacks, all the three stacks, so I'm not going to write the three for loops and calculating the sum. So instead, what I'm going to do is cal sum, which will, this is a function which will calculate the sum of the three stacks. And I will take it by reference so that what changes, what parameters I pass will be the permanent changes, not temporary. So first of all, let me take the sum variable, initialize with 0. Let me traverse in the vector, or you can say the stack VDOC size. So I have returned the sum of the stack, which I'll be passing on to this function. So as I said, let me take first the three variables, right? I, j, and k. And let me take the variable s1, which will have the sum of the first stack. So let me call the calc sum function, which will help me calculating the sum of the first stack, and for the second and the third as well. So my bad. So I have calculated the sum and I have taken these are traversing variables, right? Okay. These variables will be traversing my stack and eliminating the top element if the sum is greater than the minimum sum of the three stacks. All right. I hope you get the intuition of this problem. So let me initialize these to 0. While I less than n1, and if any of these variable goes out of the size of stack, then we come out of this while loop. Okay, and k is less than n3. If this is so, then what is the first base condition? How we are going to break from this while loop? So this is the base condition, you can say. if our sum of all the three stacks become equal, then we come out of this while loop. So if what is the sum? Sum is small s1 double equals s2. If and s2 double equals s3, then what are we going to return? We have to return is the maximum sum, basically the sum. All right. So if both if all the three sums are equal, then we can return any one of the sum. All right. So I am writing s1. You can write s2 or s3. And what is the else part? So in the else part, we have to calculate the minimum sum. Minimum sum would be the minimum of s1, s2, and s3. Right. And we are going to check if our S1 is not equal to minimum sum. Until it becomes minimum sum, I'm going to decrement its value. Yes, I'm going to decrement this sum until it becomes equal to minimum sum. Or if S2 becomes equal to my minimum sum, or S3 becomes the minimum sum. So if any of these condition, if say for example, if this if statement is false, if my S1 sum of first stack is equal to minimum sum, so this won't be executed and it will go on to this one. I have not used the else if because you should know the else if would not execute if one of the if condition is true. All right, it won't execute else if statement. So that's the reason I have used three if statements instead of else if. Okay, I hope you know that much. So I, j, and k. Here it will be S3, and here it will be S1, S2, and S3. And at last, we have to return something because otherwise it will throw an error. Since this is the return type of this function isn't, so we can return 0. Okay. If in any case it is not possible to make all the three equal, we have to return 0. Okay. So I think this should do. If let's check if we have any bugs or errors. Okay. Let us submit. Okay, we have solved this problem. So thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, make sure you comment down below. I will surely help you.